sits heavy in a rusted sky, while the crickets sharpen knives of sound. I stepped across the line where the shadows lie, deep in the belly of the limestone ground. A silver string snapped beneath my thumb. The red clay swallowed up the light. I felt the valley beating like a drum in the shivering throat of the night. Down at the mouth of the Devil's Hollow, where the water runs thick as coal, there is a bitter pill for a man to swallow. When the wood and the wire take hold, yes, the white oak sings and the hammers fall, in a place where the sun cannot crawl. I saw the ghosts of a miner standing tall, with hands like gnarled hickory roots. They leaned their backs against a cavern wall and spat the dust from their heavy boots. The mountain opened up its jagged jaw to taste the metal and the bone, and in the dark I found the only law was the ring of the fret on the stone. A crooked grin on a faceless head invited me to join the frantic dance among the spirits who had long been dead, but never lost their wicked stance. The banjo howled like a hungry hound, chasing the wind through the pines, and every note that hit the frozen ground was a map for the lost and the blind. Down at the mouth of the Devil's Hollow, where the water runs thick as coal, there is a bitter pill for a man to swallow. When the wood and the wire take hold, yes, the white oak sings and the hammers fall, in a place where the sun cannot crawl. Cold, there is a bitter pill for a man to swallow. When the wood and the wire take hold, yes, the white oak sings and the hammers fall, in a place where the sun cannot crawl. Down at the mouth of the Devil's Hollow, where the water runs thick as coal, there is a bitter pill for a man to swallow. The copper coil like a mountain snake, resting heavy by the cedar lake. Grandfather traded his silver chain for a barrel and a copper frame. The moonlight painted the rising steam, a liquid ghost in the valley dream. We watched the pressure start to rise while the hounds let out their haunted cry. Sudden whistle cut the night, the scent turned sharp, the corn turned bright. The forest held its breath so still, the shadows climbed the haunted hill. The timber groaned with hollow pain, the rivets wept like winter rain. The work of years in one quick glance was twisted by a ghostly chance. The air grew thick, the earth stood still, the valley filled with something ill. The night, the still exploded bright, the hills were bathed in gold. dream. Shards of metal tore the sky, embers fell like fireflies. The dogs howled at the bleeding moon as demons stirred their silver spoons. My father stood like ancient stone, watching fortunes turn to bone. The spirit of the harvest tide, mixed with blood and orchard pride. No siren wailed in dead of night, just our wings and flashing light. The night that still exploded by, the hills were bathed in golden light. A thunderbolt of sugar flame, slowly lost without a name. The night that still exploded light, the night he spent beneath a cloud. The fire drank the mountain stream, it drowned us all in winter's dream. The night that still exploded light, the hills were bathed in golden light. A thunderborn of sugar flame, a story lost without a name. The night that still exploded light, the night is stripped beneath the cloud. The fire drank the mountain stream and drowned us all in winter's dream. Chimney coughs against the purple sky. Old cedar groans as the wind blows by. I sip the bitter through a thorny vine, watch gray smoke dance in the fading light. The copper pipe weeps in the cellar deep, liquid fire where the shadows creep. Dust lies still on the iron gate, shadows run where the hounds are waiting. Gravity tugs the sun's last ray, leaves us tasting the price we pay. Pipe smoke curls with the whiskey shine, night pours in through the cracks of time. Haze climbs past the tallest pine, north wind howls through this heart of mine. Ash and light been twist and twine, bury the ghost of the sun's decline. Father's hands pressed the cold so tight, the spoken clouds that took to flight. Corn turned gold, then stormed the night. Charcoal filtered the year's hard fight. Silence tastes like burning bright, heavy warmth in the cold moonlight. Pipe smoke curls with the whiskey shine, night pours in through the cracks of time. Haze climbs past the tallest pine, north wind howls through this heart of mine. Ash and lightning twist and twine, bury the ghost of the sun's decline. Smoke curls with the whiskey shine, night pours in through the cracks of time. Haze climbs past the tallest pine, north wind howls through this heart of mine. Ash and lightning twist and twine, bury the ghost of her son's decline. Canopy thickens where the hemlock leans. Shadows stretch on through the mossy ravines. Below the ridge where's a tall maple sway. I listen for nightbird calls far away. The mud on my boots is heavy and black. No turning back now, no looking back. A rusted barrel and a copper snake coil, hidden in the hollow where we work the soil. The firebox glows like a sinner's desire, feeding the heat to the mash and the fire. Steam rises up in a ghostly white bed in the December cathedral where the heavens are spread. Midnight still on Copper Creek, silver water runs cold and sleep, while the mountain sleeps in the pale moonlight. Clear Mountain Dew flows pure and bright, a secret kept in the heart of the pine, the purest spirit of a weary line. Midnight still on Copper Creek, silver water runs cold and sleep, while the mountain sleeps in the pale moonlight. Clear Mountain Dew flows pure and bright, a secret kept in the heart of the pine, the purest spirit of a weary line. Creek bed whispers your smooth river stone, better to labor these woods are blown. Far from the city and its blinding glare, with ferment sweet sand thick in the air. No labor, no tax, just a drip and away. Only the liquid in the hand of fate. Old man's recipe carved in my mind, born of a drought and the rain combined. It hits the glass with a sharp metal sound, the kind of fire that turns silence around. But I hold my tongue till the break of day, chasing the dark of the night away. Midnight still on Copper Creek, silver water runs cold and sleep, while the mountain sleeps in the pale moonlight. Clear Mountain Dew flows pure and bright, a secret kept in the heart of the pine, the purest spirit of a weary line. Midnight still on Copper Creek, silver water runs cold and sweet, while the mountain sleeps in the pale moonlight. Clear Mountain Dew flows pure and bright, a secret kept in the heart of the pine, the purest spirit of a weary line. Midnight still on Copper Creek, silver water runs cold and sweet, while the mountain sleeps in the pale moonlight. Clear Mountain Dew flows pure and bright, a secret kept in the heart of the pine, the purest spirit of a weary line. Walks with a hollow gourd down where the copper snakes coil by the ford. He don't need your silver or a dollar bill, just a jar that light and cooked on the hill. He sits by the crate in the kerosene glow, with fingers like spiders dancing slow. The strings are all rusted from the humid air, but they crack like a whip when he starts to dance. He plays for the runners and the men in the trees, while the owls fall silent in the evening breeze. A gallon of corn for a song so deep. Music is a shadow and my picker's a thief. Strumming for the burn of a mason jar light, with the valley dust blurring in sight. It's a lonesome road on a dead-end track, trading every note for a kick in the back. The neck is scarred and the head is worn, waking up the ghost with the liquid corn. Gallon of a high-proof shine to drown out the echoes of 79. Each chord is a secret he span on his tongue, from the days when the world was wild and young. The law's at the county line watching the road, but the banjo still sings where the wild winds blow. Strumming for the burn of a mason jar light, with the valley dust blurring in sight. It's a lonesome road on a dead-end track, trading every note for a kick in the back. The neck is scarred and the head is worn, waking up the ghost with a liquid corn. Strumming for the burn of a mason jar light, with the valley dust blurring his sight. It's a lonesome road on a dead-end track, trading every note for a kick in the back. The neck is scarred and the head is worn, waking up the ghost with a liquid corn. Waking up the ghost with liquid corn. Oh. copper still is weeping in the hollow behind the pines. Old amber flows through the rusted coils and the tangled vines. I watch the moon sinking low like a heavy golden coin, where the muddy currents and the cold mountain runoff join. I pulled a chair to the porch as the evening started to settle, where the jagged thumb rushing against the neck and the cold metal. Whoa. My fingers know the frets like a map of a broken county. Hunting down a melody that offers up no kind of bounty. 5-string vibrating against the hollow of a wood, trying to say what the preacher never quite understood. The smoke from the chimney is leaning hard toward the west, and the burn in my throat is putting the day to its rest. Flow on whiskey river through the limestone and the clay. Carry the heavy grit of a morning far enough away. The bridge is out, but the banjo keeps a steady clicking pace. Driving the shadows back from his lonesome dwelling place. Keep on pouring till the glass and the music both run dry on the vast and the silent stretch of a prairie sky. There is a ghost in the picking that rattles the screen door, a sound that remembers the dust on the old general store. The rhythm is a hammer hitting nails into the dark, spitting out notes like a flintstone catching a spark. Well, I do not need a bottle to see the way the spirits move, just a sliding of my hand inside this well-worn groove. Flow on whiskey river through the limestone and the clay. Carry the heavy grit of the morning far enough away. The bridge is out, but the banjo keeps a steady creaking pace. Driving the shadows back from its lonesome dwelling place. Keep on pouring till the glass and the music both run dry on the vast and a silent stretch of a prairie sky. The dust hangs thick above the gavel stand, copper strings long in a calloused hand. A deputy paces by the iron gate, measuring shackles of the heavy steel. The porch sags low with old regret, where a golden sun begins to set. The ink dries slow on warring sign, while jagged seeds are left behind. A badge just flickers in the dark, her hollow bite from legal shark. The 5-string keeps the chase in time, searching mercy, never mind. They say the law was writ divine, but blood still seeps through every line. The magistrate sleeps unaware, while broken hearts have none to spare. The scale tips sideways in the night, wrong of power against the right. The thumb is on the balance wheel, stacked against the ones who feel. The law's a hammer, music's knife. One takes freedom, one takes life. When bucking meets pounding door, the hollow wood cries on the floor. floor. No chord remains when songs are done, just gallows silence with the sun. A cell of stone can't still the wind that blows across the jagged ring. The witness lies, the jury's bought, each scripture lesson comes to naught. Fingers dance, though wrists are bound, seeking vibrations in cold ground. The judge in velvet heart of stone leaves shadows where a man was known. The scale tips sideways in the night, wrong of power against the right. The thumb is on the balance wheel, stacked against the ones who feel. The law's a hammer, music's knife. One takes freedom, one takes life. When plugging beats the pounding door, the hollow wood crash on the floor. No chord remains when songs are done, just gallows silence with the sun. Coil sweat beneath the heavy sky, down in the hollow where the creeks run dry. The woodpile bleeds where the rusted blade lies, while lawmen dream with closed eyes. I feed the flames till the iron glows bright, feeding the hunger of my endless night. The steam starts dancing in a ghostly light, burning the hope of a second life. One clear drop falls like a sinner's cry, the only sacred thing left nearby. Fire, moonshine, white as a jagged bone, liquid lightning carved in cold dark stone. It cuts the night and it stings the vein, a burning river to outrun the rain. Jar so tight, drinking the glow of a star's last light. Corn mash bubbles in the cedar's hole, behind the thorns where the owls grow old. My granddad's ghost leans on the rail, watching the water lose its pail. There we trade our breath for a taste of heat, leaving our ghosts on the dead-end street. Fire, moonshine, white as a jagged bone, liquid lightning carved in cold dark stone. It cuts the night and it stings the vein, a burning river to outrun the rain. Pour the embers in a jar so tight, drinking the glow of a star's last light. Fire, moonshine, white as a jagged bone, liquid lightning carved in cold dark stone. It cuts the night and it stings the vein, a burning liver to outrun the rain. Pour the embers in a jar so tight, drinking the glow of a star's last light. Copper coals went through the basement dark, Appalachian hills left their mountain mark. Old man wants a sugar turn to steam, broken dream.
No permit needed, just a steady hand. Patience like the river through the land. I stood by the porch when I was 10.
Little flame danced and died again.
He said purity lies in the spark.
Hide the sand deep in the bark.
Now the ridge hair tools tonight. I prepare for morning light.
The creek runs cold, the jars shine clean. Hardest work I've ever seen. Inheritance comes in jugs so wide. Heavy pull with rhythmic tide. My father made the moonshine glow. Dusty path where I must go. Clear like water from the well. Stories that the city won't tell.
Legacy and joy so far.
Only way to know who we are.
Lawman's car waits by the gate.
Always comes a bit too late.
I know shadows, briars match.
Know just how to strike it fast.
Comfort in the bubbling sound, turning little too profound.
The creek runs cold, the jars shine clean. Hardest work I've ever seen. Inheritance comes in just so wide. Heavy pull with rhythmic tide. My father made the moonshine glow. Dusky path where I must go. Clear like water from the well. Story that the city won't tell.
Legacy and joy so far.
Only way to know who we are. My father made the moonshine glow. Dusty path where I must go. Clear like water from the well. Stories that the city won't tell.
Legacy and joy so far.
Only way to know who we are.
Barber made the moonshine glow.
Dusty path where I must go.
Clear like water from the well.
Stories that the city won't tell. Legacy and jar so far. Only way to know who we are.
Copper coil sweat beneath the heavy pine so tall. The creek knows my name, but it never makes the call. Old sawdust comes to jars when the sun is sinking low. Trading tiredness silver for the fire that I stole. Dust on my hands and the scent of aging grain. I sell the only lightning that can calm the stormy rain. They watch the hills for smoke from my secret flame, but crave the nectar poured of sugar and of fame. I am the moonshine dealer with a hollow sleep so sound. They chase the silver mist but never want me underground. The lawmen play their games while the thirsty glasses cry. They read my bitter cure to face the morning sky.
I am the moonshine dealer where the hollow sleep so sound. They chase the silver mist but never want me underground. Woo-hoo. The sheriff tipped his hat by the mill that time forgot. He knows my hidden recipe still simmers on the spot. A ghost in the valley with a jar of golden light. I turn the wheels for those who walk the weary night. There's grace in shadows where the sun won't ever be. The judges and the sinners both come humble when they see. No one sounds a warning when the warning tastes so neat. The weight of truth's too heavy for the men who walk the street.
I am the moonshine dealer with a hollow sleep so sound. They chase the silver mist but never want me underground. The lawmen play their games while the thirsty glasses cry. They need my bitter cure to face the morning sky.
I am the moonshine dealer with a hollow sleep so sound. They chase the silver mist but never want me underground. Woo-hoo. I am the moonshine dealer where the hollow sleep so sound.
They chase the silver mist but
Never want me underground.
the lawmen play their games while the thirsty glasses
needle where the hollow sleeps so sound. They chase the silver mist, they never want me underground. Woo-hoo.
Dust settles on the porch swing while cicadas hum their slow thing. I pull the case from neath the bed where tight strings hum on drywood red. The kiddo sings a copper tune, but fire waits beside my boot. One match strike makes the hollow ring. The night unfolds like pages sing. Grandpa's marks on silver gleam, pressed deep in wood like buried dreams. I twist the lid of black so bright where corn turned gold in summer light. First drink burns like a lightning bolt down to where my secrets hold. The porch creaks low with weight so true of nameless songs that shine like dew. The air smells sweet with coming rain. Homebrew dreams ease all my pain. The world shrinks to this porch so small and swells wide with each banjo call. 5-string dance on skin so thin. Moonlight pours through grass like gin. We pour out pain like beer wine. Drink the field, sweet silent shine. Heavy hands on light nose play. Jars hold skies that burn all day. The banjo says what lips can't show. In nights soft dark where fireflies glow. Stars are holes in midnight's cloak, spilling light on thirsty folk. My thumb beats like a heart so free while fingers walk back home to me. The golden drink sinks slower now, but music climbs each oak tree bough. Nothing left to prove or mend, just strings and jars and time to spend. The air smells sweet with coming rain. Homebrew dreams ease all my pain. The world shrinks to this porch so small and swells wide with each banjo call. 5 strings dance on skin so thin. Moonlight pours through glass like gin. We pour out pain like bitter wine. Drink the field, seed silent shine. Heavy hands on light notes play. Jars hold skies that burn all day. The banjo says what lips can't sew. In nights soft dark where fireflies glow. The banjo says what lips can't show. In nights soft dark where fireflies glow. Sweats in the wooden shed. Dust falls heavy like a sheet of lead. Jar stacked tall by the cellar door, counting silver for storms pour. Lightning runs through backwood veins, washing chains with copper stains. The kingdom stands on Corn and Creek. Mason jars trade for love so sweet. All men stay on the valley low, never climb where the moonshine grows. Pockets heavy with liquid gold, while dry wells leave men in the cold. Blue smoke curls to the purple high, steady hands cut head and tail nigh. Richer moonshine, nothing more, sleeping on a dirt floor. Clarity for souls gone black, sunlight shining on my back. Golden fire through the bow, I on midnight here and now. Firebox glows like a dying sight. Old man says the match ain't right, but I'll pull the spirit true when the final hours do. Bankers count their paper bright, nothing left that shines so right. Summer's heat and nectar sweet, lost in brambles on my feet.
moonshine, nothing more. Sleeping on a dirt floor. Clarity for souls gone black. Sunrise shining on my back. Golden fire through the bow. Out on midnight here and now. Moonshine, nothing more. Sleeping on the dirt floor. Clarity for souls gone black. Sunrise shining on thy back. Golden fire through the bow. High on midnight here and now.
The white lightning joggles by the radiator light. Pour a gallon in to see if it would ignite. The local boys all stare like I lost my mind, but I'm leaving clouds and cops far behind. A silver streak of lightning in a rusted frame. Since I swapped the gas, life ain't the same. I use moonshine for everything. It keeps me alive. It cools the engine down and fuels my drive. From the kitchens to the road, the copper spirit flies where corn grows tall and velvet highs. Weird as the wind, ain't stronger than steel. The hardest cure this valley will feel. I scrub the porch stains with a mason flame. Grease the gate tight, patch the tire shame. Breakfast is a spoonful, the tractor takes its share. It stretches winter shortcuts, mountain air. They say corn's for bread, but I know the truth. It's the only way to climb and keep my roots. I use moonshine for everything. It keeps me alive. It cools the engine down and fuels my drive. From the kitchen to the road, the copper spirit flies where corn grows tall and velvet hides. Weird as the wind and stronger than steel. The hardest cure this valley will feel. The preacher calls it sin to burn the yield. No smoke rises from the sleeping field. Just a shimmer in the exhaust line. Fuel for my laughs and water for my cry. If the world runs dry and wells turn to rust, I'll be polishing 7 dust. I use moonshine for everything. It keeps me alive. It cools the engine down and fuels my drive. From the kitchen to the road, the copper spirit flies where corn grows tall and velvet highs. Weird as the wind and stronger than steel. The hardest cure this valley will flee. I use moonshine for everything. It keeps me alive. It cools the engine down just to fuels my drive. From the kitchen to the road, the copper spirit flies where corn grows tall and velvet high. Weird as the wind and stronger than steel. The hardest cure this valley will feel. The copper kettle bubbles by the creek, while shadows stretch long and sleep. Far from the law and the city crowd, where the mountain air stays free and proud. I built a fire in a hollowed stone to keep the dew from my skin, waiting for the stars to light the night and let the silver work begin. Grandfather left me this winding trail and a recipe carved in shell. Take the corn and the winter wheat and leave the bitter roots to me. The forest keeps the secrets tight against the wind and the cold moonlight. There is a hush that fills the air when the sun fades beyond repair. The owls call out in the fading light. The cedar trees stand tall and bright. White lightning strikes in the clearing, thrashing with heavy white light. The spirit burns bright and unyielding in the heart of a velvet night. Through the mason jar and the pine wood, golden rivers start to glow. Moonshine tastes sweeter in the moonshine, where the wild briar roses grow. Sit on a log and tilt your head high. Let the fire warm your sky. The hemlocks sway their lullaby, singing the weary soul goodbye. No labels binding old taxes way, just a bite of the mountain's way, tasting the earth and the hidden root, and the ghost of the summer's fruit. The owls call out in the fading light. The cedar trees stand tall and bright. White lightning strikes in the clearing, flashing with heavy white light. The spirit burns bright and unyielding in the heart of the velvet night. Through the mason jar and the pine wood, golden livers start to glow. Moonshine tastes sweeter in the moonshine, where the wild briar roses grow. White lightning strikes in the clearing, flashing with heavy white light. The spirit burns bright and unyielding in the heart of the velvet night. Through the mason jar and the pine wood, golden rivers start to glow. Moonshine tastes sweeter in the moonshine, where the wild briar roses grow. Copper coils winding deep inside the hollow. A secret father told me not to follow, but the corn grows tall in the heavy summer heat, and the creek mud clings to the soles of my feet. I watch the steam rise from a rusted iron pot, while the lawmen searched every shadow we got. Is a recipe written in the lines of my palm, keeping us steady and keeping us calm. Moonshine is my heritage, flowing through the years, distilled from the laughter and dried with the iced tears. A liquid silver burning in a jar made of glass, watching the ghosts of the mountain pass. It's the cry of the hungry and the soul of the woods, handed down better than any worldly good. Grandfather carried a heavy wooden crate, running through the pines to challenge his fate. He knew the mountain like the back of a hand, the underground king of this jagged, rugged land. No label on the bottle, just a clear stinging flame, built built on a craft without a formal name. We don't trade in gold or the city's cold light. We trade in the spirit of a middle of the night. Moonshine is my heritage, flowing through the years, distilled from the laughter and dried with the eyes' tears. A liquid silver bottled in a jar made of glass, watching the ghosts of the mountain pass. It's the pride of the hungry and the soul of the woods, handed down better than any worldly good. The high price of sugar and the tax on the grain will never wash away the stain of this stain. Oh, they call it a crime, but we call it a life. Sharp as the blade of a pocket knife, for the barrel to the throat, it's a story told true of the dark green valleys in the morning dew. Moonshine is my heritage, flowing through the years, distilled some laughter and dried with the eyes killed. A liquid seam of burning in a jar made of glass, watching the ghosts of the mountain cast. It's the pride of the hungry and the soul of the woods, handed down better than any worldly goods. Moonshine is my heritage, flowing through the years, distilled from the laughter, dried with the eyes' tears. A liquid silver burning in a jar made of glass, watching the ghosts of the mountain pass. It's the pride of the hungry and the soul of the woods, handed down better than any worldly does.
The screen door creaks like a weary ghost, while the sun bleeds dry on the western coast. The dust settles down on my folded hands, the heavy silence of these barren lands. I kick my boots on the peeling paint, the heat makes a sinner feel like a saint. The cicadas scream in the dry timber, trying to forget what I should remember. Throw it all away in a cloud of dust, the iron hinge and the cooling rust. Sip that fire from a mason jar, lighten up the dark like a fallen star. Burn the bridges and the broken rules, liquid gold for the stubborn fools. Grandpa's copper still is the only truth in the jagged wreckage of my misspent youth. Copper coils in the cooling creek, giving a voice to the tired and weak. Double thumper and a slow drip rain, washing the gravel right out of my brain. Old man knew how to tame the grain, turn the summer drought into holy rain. It hits the throat with a bite no sting, the kind of jagged grace that the shadows bring.
Let the mailbox overflow with death. Whoa. I haven't found a mountain I can't forget. Whoa. The porch swing sways in a rhythmic beat. Whoa. Giving my happy heart a place to retreat. The world can spin till it falls apart. Woo-woo! I've got a jar of lightning to start my heart. The corn grows tall and the cattle sing, losing the weight of those heavy things. Throw it all away in a cloud of dust, the iron hinge and the cooling rust. Set that fire from a mason jar, lighten up the dark like a fallen star. Burn the bridges and the broken wools, liquid gold for the stubborn fools. Grandpa's copper still is the only truth in the jagged wreckage of my misspent youth. shade, past the old creek where the sunlight will fade. My elder buried the fire and steel deep in the earth where the law cannot feel. He carried his secrets in glass jars so bright, while the taxmen would vanish like thieves in the night. With a handful of seeds and a spring water pail, he taught me the tune that the blue vapor said. The steam rises soft like a whisper in time, tracing the marks of our bloodline's design. We measure the strength by the fire's embrace, waiting for knowledge to find its own place. So the mountain holds tight to the things we have stored. In the valleys where echoes of ancestors roared, it flows like a ribbon of moonlight so clear, a shimmering token of all we hold dear. From the core of the trees to the lips of the glass, we know who we are as the moments will pass. I watch the slow fall of the gold morning light, moving like shadows my father held tight. He learned from the hands that were worn and so wise, who swore by the craft that would never disguise. No records were kept and no signatures made, just a path in the soul that will never degrade. It tastes like a thorn and it tastes like the rain, a union of sweetness and struggle and pain. The steam rises soft like a whisper in time, tracing the marks of our bloodline's design. We measure the strength by the fire's embrace, waiting for knowledge to find its own place. Oh, the mountain holds tight to the things we have stored. In the valleys where echoes of ancestors roared, it flows like a ribbon of moonlight so clear, a shimmering token of all we hold dear. From the core of the trees to the lips of the glass, we know who we are as the moments will pass. The dust settles down on the porch tonight. I find a small glass vessel catching the light. It used to hold peaches and sweet blackberry jam. Now it sits in the palm of a weathered old hand. A leftover relic from a harvest long gone, before the wide world put its heavy boots on. I wipe off the grime with a sleeve frayed and gray, and watch how the evening stars wander away. There is a hairline fraction with a silver rim, where the memories flow till the vision grows dim. The kitchen was fragrant with steaming with brine, back when your heartbeat was tethered to mine. We stacked them like soldiers on the pantry shelf. Now I'm just a shadow talking to myself. But if I tilt the lid just a fraction or two, the kitchen starts humming a melody true. Spinning in circles on the lonely and floor, round the sharp corners and out through the door, with a heavy bass pressure held tight to my chest. The ghosts of the valley are finally at rest. It's a lonesome rotation in a kitchen of pine, to the gravity pull of a vintage design, caught in the motion of a glass startled sway, while the rest of the county is fading to gray. Spinning in circles on the linoleum floor, round the sharp corners and out through the door, with a heavy bass treasure held tight to my chest. The ghosts of the valley are finally at rest. It's a lonesome rotation in a kitchen of pine, to the grass sheet pole of a vintage design,
fading to gray.
The iron stove is cold and the wood box is bare, but there is a phantom of song in the air. Clear as a window and strong as a stone, a vessel for secrets that a man keeps alone. It don't take a fiddle or a bow or a string to hear how the halls and hillsides can sing. Just a transparent circle and a thumb on the edge, and a promise we made by the hawthorn hedge. I'll put it back down where the moonlight can see through the cracks in the walls while the villagers sleep. It's a modest container for such a heavy load of the seeds that we scattered on the side of the road. The seal is still broken and the sugar is spent, but I finally know what the turning on meant. It's the weight of the water and the clarity found when you're dragging your heels on the hard frozen ground. The cicadas are finished their frantic refrain. I can smell the approach of the late autumn rain. The jar stays as steady as a landmark in time, while I'm still attempting the vertical climb. But for one briefest moment, the room started to glide with the spirit of someone who once stood beside. I'll leave it right there by the window pane frame until even the glass forgets its own name. Spinning in circles on linoleum floor, round the dark corners and out through the bowl is the heavy bass treasure held tight to my chest. The ghost of the valley of fine headrest. It's a lonesome rotated in a kitchen of pine to the gravity pull of a vintage design, caught in the motion of a glass bottom swirl while the rest of the county is fading to gray. Spinning in circles on linoleum floor, round the sharp corners and out through the bowl is the heavy bass treasure held tight to my chest. The ghost of the valley of fine headrest. It's a lonesome notation in a kitchen of pine to the gravity pull of a vintage design, caught in the motion of a glass bottom flame while the rest of the county is fading to gray.